So I decided to go back and test out one of my favorite builds in the Division 2 for leveling up fast. And the great thing about this is when I show you the build, you're gonna see how non-min-max this build is. The weapons won't have any expertise on them, and that's what's going to make this build even better for you new or returning players looking at putting something together. I wanna say I put this exact build together around, say, shade level 400, maybe even 300, and it was performing just as well. The great thing about this is it gives you some survivability because of the armor that you end up getting once you get those kills. You pair it up with the gear set, also gives you a little bit of armor, and you can see I almost have bonus armor at all times, and that gives me enough survivability to really drop the enemies because I'm one-shotting them, whether it's a headshot or a body shot. That's what this build is built for. Clear out areas fast, destroy enemies, and one-shot them. And with this build, you'll be able to do that. So if you guys are excited to see the build, excited to see this version of the build, you guys might know as one of my favorite, probably one of the best builds to use to farm shade levels 100% because of the fact that you can clear areas so fast. We're gonna clear this control point in about 2 minutes. Now, some of you guys might say, well, Skills, I suck at hitting headshots. Well, the great thing about this build is you technically only have to hit one headshot, and then the rest of the body are gonna be body shots. Now, there are going to be, I do want to put this disclaimer, a few enemies that you will have to hit multiple times. One being the hyenas that have the helmet. You do have to proc the helmet first and then re-hit them in the head. The good thing about it is typically when you break that helmet, you can one-shot them once you hit that head again. So it's pretty easy to do. They're a little bit weak under there. Now, there's also the heavies. Sometimes you have to proc them twice too. So that is someone else. So there's usually 2 to 3 enemies you have to worry about. But for the most part, you should be able to really just clear this whole area out very fast and very easy. And look at this. This is what I'm talking about. Having that extra bonus armor, even in areas like this, gives me the survivability to stay up. And I have nothing but reds on this build. And we're just gonna finish it off right here. This is the last enemy. So about 2 minutes, guys. So what we're gonna do is let's get into the build so you guys can see how I have it broken down. So for the build, we are running the Covert SRS. I actually love this weapon. You can see, I just wanted to guys show you guys, you can see with this build, we're already sitting at 1.2 million total damage. We have 12 in the magazine, and that's absolutely amazing because look, core attributes on a lot of these pieces on this build aren't even maxed out, and the fact that they aren't, and I actually like this because this is my newer account on PC. You guys know on PS5 we're fully maxed out, but we've been playing on PC. Look, only 12.3%. I can still increase that. So we have that, the headshot damage can be increased, the damage charts out of cover, and we are still one-shotting as you guys saw in the gameplay. Now we do have determined on here after killing an enemy with the headshot, the next shot landed on any enemy will be a guaranteed headshot. So that's what's cool about that. Now we do have 35% headshot damage on the scope, 5 extra rounds in the magazine. We have 10% accuracy and then 10% accuracy on the muzzle. You don't need to put crit chance, crit damage on any of this. Accuracy works amazing with this. For the secondary, I was just leveling up the new shotgun, the Thorn, really up to you. Ideally, you probably want something a little bit more secure, maybe like the Scorpio or something like that. It's really up to you what you guys want to run there. But again, I am leveling up this account, so I pick stuff that's not proficient. As this one is, I could probably put some expertise, but again, this one is expertise 0. So if we put expertise in this, we're just gonna hit that much harder and we max this out. So we are running the hotshot mask. Remember, the 2 pieces is gonna give us that 30% marksman rifle, 30% weapon handling, and 30% headshot damage. Now, the 4th piece is why this one works really good with the SRS. The first headshot with the MR will increase headshot damage by 20%. The second consecutive headshot in the marksman rifle will give you 10% armor. And at that full armor, it gives you bonus armor max of 50% of the current armor value. And then the 3rd consecutive headshot will refill the magazine, so you can constantly never have to reload with this build. Now we have weapon damage, headshot damage, and a headshot damage mod. Exactly how you want to do it. Look at this. Not maxed out, and you saw we were still one-shotting. For the chest piece, you want to go with the chain killer chest piece. We have 5% weapon damage, weapon damage, weapon damage, weapon handling, It helps with the accuracy, with the stability. More headshot damage. Again, it's not fully maxed out, can be improved. And Perfect Headhunter works great with Determined. After killing an enemy with a headshot, your next weapon hit within 30 seconds deals an additional 150% of the killing blow's damage. Now, damage is capped at 800% of the weapon's damage. This is raised to 1,250% if your headshot damage is greater than 150%, which it will be with this build. For the holster, we're running another hotshot piece. This is our second piece of hotshot. We have weapon damage, headshot damage. Again, it's not fully maxed out for you new returning players. This should be something for you guys to see. It's a build that you guys can put together even without maxed out pieces. For our third piece of hotshot, it's the knee pads, and we have weapon damage, headshot damage. Again, not fully maxed out, so again, not a perfect rolled. Our gloves are maxed out, and that's hotshot. We have weapon damage, headshot damage, exactly how you want all your hotshot pieces to be. So that's the fourth piece that's gonna allow us to unlock Headache. And then for our backpack, you might have seen we were gaining a lot of armor. We have 10% marksman rifle, we have weapon damage, weapon handling, headshot damage, and bloodsucker. That gives us more armor on top of the armor we get from the gear set hotshot, right? So killing an enemy adds a refresh stack of 10% bonus armor for 10 seconds, max stack of 10. So again, if you guys don't have all maxed out pieces, it's okay. A lot of these pieces weren't maxed out. You guys saw how we were doing. Now for the skills, you can run whatever you want. I highly recommend if you're running solo, run the Reviver Hive, and then you can run whatever pulse you want. I typically run this build with 4 to 5 directives. If I'm gonna run 5 directives, you need to switch out your specialization. Since I'm leveling up this specialization, I couldn't do it. But if you do want to use this with 5 directives with ammo hoarder on top of the 4 directives I've had, minigun, so the gunner class is great because that's gonna generate armor, just wait a little bit, generate. Or the specialization that works the best with this one is going to be the sharpshooter, and that's going, if you're in cover, it's going to generate marksman rifle ammo. So again, gunner class, sharpshooter. Since you guys know that I'm working on this account, trying to get this proficient, I'm running the firewall, so I have this one. So just something for you guys to keep in mind. But yeah, that is the build. Let's take a look at the stats real quick. You can see we have 10% crit chance, 45% crit damage, 264 headshot damage. So that raises the cap on Headhunter, right? And 43% reload speed, 73% accuracy, 53% stability. So very, very solid build. And this is what I've been using. So yeah, that's the build right there. Hopefully that helps you guys out. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Still one of the best builds to run, especially if you're lower level. My shade level is 1,300. Remember, at 1,000 you do max this out, so I do gain the advantage of having the extra 10% weapon damage and then the extra 20% headshot damage. Again, can you still one shot without these two? Yes. So if I was running a build like this when I was at like 400 shade level, 500 shade level, and this can take you through all the heroic content you need, get that XP quick, and still one of the best builds in the game. So we're gonna wrap it up here, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Nothing but skills out.